What's up guys, in this video you are going to learn how my wife and I flew to Brazil for free. So for my Brazilian subscribers here on the Learn How channel, this is going to provide you a little bit of explanation or backstory. I get comments all the time asking if I'm Brazilian, if how I learned to speak English so well. But the truth is, I know you guys see my Brazilian flag a lot in my videos. The truth is I am American, but I lived in Brazil for 2 years as a missionary for my church. So I did learn to speak Portuguese. I lived in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil for 2 years, so I learned a lot about the Brazilian culture, all that good stuff. And recently, last October, I was able to take my wife back to where I lived in Brazil, and I took her around to a few different cities that I lived in over those 2 years back in 2010 to 2012. And I was able to take myself and my wife to Brazil for free, well, the flights for free, using credit card points. And I'm going to explain in this video exactly how I was able to do that, as well as provide some tips and insights for those of you who are maybe thinking about doing some travel using credit card points. Now, the first piece of financial advice that I'm going to give is that credit cards are not a toy. Okay, credit cards are very serious and they need to be taken very seriously. However, there are some good things to owning a credit card. There are a lot of people out there that will say, avoid credit cards at all costs. You don't need a credit card for this or that or whatever. But to be honest, credit cards can actually be a very good tool for you to use if you use it responsibly. Okay, that means not going into debt, not accruing a ton of interest that you're paying for stuff that you can't afford. But when you use a credit card like a debit card, it can actually be very beneficial for you in a number of ways, including helping boost your credit score, which will get you lower interest rates on mortgage loans, on car loans. It'll get you better rates on other types of things, insurances, I don't know, maybe some other stuff. It's just good. It can be a good practice for your credit score. But then on the same scale or the same plane of things, your credit card can totally ruin your credit score if you don't use it responsibly. So, obviously, if you're going to get a credit card, don't plan on going into debt. Don't buy things you can't afford. I use my credit card just like a debit card. I buy something and I pay it off. I don't carry balances over to the next month. I'm not paying interest on anything. Literally, I pay for it, get my points, and then pay it off as if it was money coming out of my checking account. So let me show you how I was able to fly to Brazil with my wife for free. Because plane tickets from the United States to Brazil, to Rio de Janeiro, are extremely expensive. Let's actually look here really quickly. I want to see how expensive plane tickets are to Rio de Janeiro. So I'm going to do 2 tickets from Salt Lake City to Galeão, which is the airport we flew to. And I'm just looking right here. I mean, this is August 14th through the 18th, so this is a couple weeks away. But look how expensive this is for 2 people round trip. You're looking at like $4,000 to $5,000. I wonder if I do a date grid. Or if I look here, I can look at the calendar and see like prices. Oh, it looks like we can get some cheaper ones. Oh, we can find some stuff down in like, you know, the $3,000 range. 2,900. Yeah, pretty much we're looking at like $3,000 for most of these flights. Okay, yeah. It's adjusting a little, but anywhere from, you know, 2,000 to 4,000 is probably a pretty safe bet to fly to Brazil. So that's a lot of money for a plane ticket, and we got that for free. And here's how. We had to look at a few different factors when considering, you know, how we were going to get this flight for free. There's a bunch of different credit card options for getting miles, right? There's Chase cards, Capital One. There's a lot of, you know, travel miles cards. But for our purposes, we knew that we were going to Brazil. We knew that we were going to go to Brazil in the next like 6 months. We had it planned for October, and this was like, beginning of the year. And we were looking at the airlines that actually fly to Brazil, because it doesn't do you a whole lot of good getting points for a specific airline if it doesn't go to where you're trying to go. So we weren't really interested in like Southwest cards, because we knew that we couldn't get to Brazil flying Southwest. So the airlines that we looked at, United, American, a couple others. Delta by far is my favorite airline to travel on. And so we looked for a miles card that rewarded miles for Delta. Now, like I said, there's cards that reward miles for all sorts of airlines. But if you get a card specific to a specific airline, you're usually going to get some better benefits. And since we travel Delta a lot, we live in Salt Lake City, big Delta hub, we figured, Delta is going to be a good option for us, not only for this trip, but for the future as well. So we went with the American Express Sky Miles card. The Sky Miles card that we went with was this gold one right here, the gold Delta Sky Miles card. Now here's the important thing to remember with these Sky Miles card, and actually with any credit card, that you're trying to get like the bonus miles. If I was to come right here to their website up front, you'll notice that they're offering me 30,000 bonus miles if I spend, $1,000 in the first 3 months. However, a secret to this is that usually if you go to a website like this and you don't sign up for the card instantly, but you like join their email program, or you go through like a friend referral, usually you'll get much, much better bonus miles. Okay, so that's what we did. We were able to get 50,000 bonus miles instead of the 30,000 they're offering by just like Googling their website. So here's the hack right here for you. Is like I said, you could get 30,000 bonus miles by going to their website, but I'm going to throw my link below, my referral friend link below. That's actually going to get you 60,000 miles when you initially sign up. Because let me show you how this is going to get you to Brazil for free, or I guess how it got us to Brazil for free. So the link below this video, if you are interested, in trying to get a free international flight using Delta, you can get 60,000 bonus miles by spending, $2,000 in the first 3 months. Now that does sound pretty crazy. Like, hey, I got to spend $2,000 in 3 months. But is what my wife and I did is we looked at our expenses, all of our expenses, and we were already spending that every month in just expenses, gas and food and bills and stuff. So really, we weren't really like having to go out of our way and like buy a ton of extra crazy stuff to make sure that we hit that threshold. All we had to do is make sure that whenever we paid for stuff, paid our bills, paid for groceries and things, we used our Sky Miles card. Because if you break that down, $2,000 a month for 3 months, you only have to spend $666 a month on your credit card to get those bonus miles. I'm not suggesting go out there and just like buy dumb stuff to get your bonus miles. Just like I said, when you're buying groceries, gas, whatever for those first 3 months, use it. And I can almost guarantee if you're spending $600 a month, you're gonna get your bonus miles. Okay, 60,000 bonus miles. Let me show you why that's important right here. Because when we go to delta.com and try to book our flight, I'm going to show you how many miles it costs to get to Brazil. And we'll just put a date, we'll just go deep into September, so it's, a ways away. So I'm just doing Salt Lake City to Rio de Janeiro, basically the trip that my wife and I did. Okay, so we're seeing right here, I'm actually just looking at one passenger because it's going to make more math sense when we look at, the credit card points. So one passenger is going to cost us $1,700 round trip. But I want to look at these in miles. So notice when I search by miles on Delta's website, it's 55,000 miles plus $60, tax, whatever, to get to Brazil. So those 30,000 bonus miles aren't really going to get you super far. It's not going to get you from the United States, for example, to Brazil. But the 60,000 bonus miles will get you to Brazil. So that's why it's important to make sure that, go through a referral friend or whatever to make sure you get that 60,000 bonus mile offer instead of the 30,000 or whatever that you'll just find on their website. So that's what my wife and I did. We both signed up for an American Express card. We just transferred all of our bills, all of our groceries, everything over to our Sky Miles cards. And for 3 months, We just put everything on those cards. We don't really buy anything extra. The nice thing is, if you do know that you have a big expense coming up, like you know, hey, we're gonna buy some new furniture, we're gonna buy a new couch, that would be a good time to sign up for your card to get your bonus miles. Because if you know, hey, I'm buying a new $1,000 couch, that's gonna take care of a big chunk of those bonus miles requirements. So my wife and I did that. We both got our 60,000 bonus miles. We both booked our free flights to Brazil, and we essentially got $3,000 worth of plane ticket for free for signing up for our Delta Sky Miles card. And we're still using our cards. I mean, I'm not suggesting, you know, get a card and cancel it, but we still have our card, we still use it, and we're still getting, you know, a lot of miles. Let's see, how many miles do I have right now on my account? I already have 30,000 miles saved up already, just because this is just like the credit card that I use for a lot of my purchases. And like I said, don't go into debt with your credit card. Don't be stupid like most of Americans go into debt buying dumb stuff that you can't afford. Think of your credit card as a debit card with points and bonuses and features and protections. It can do a lot of good for you. Build your credit score, boost your credit score. I got a really good car loan the other day because I had a really good credit score, because I'm smart with my credit card and I don't pay things late. So if you're the type of person that doesn't know how to like have financial control, you need to get a hold of yourself. You need to figure out how to budget. I might do some more videos on my channel about budgeting. I'm a big budgeter, big money management kind of person. So I might do some more videos how I stay budgeted, how I budget all my stuff, and keep track of where all my money is so that my money grows and doesn't cause me to lose sleep at night. But yeah, great hack, guys. If you want to fly international, if you want to go on a big trip with your girlfriend or spouse or whoever, credit card points are a very good way to go. Especially if you're in that phase of life where like, hey, I could probably go for a credit card right now. I need to boost my credit score. I'm looking to get into a house and looking to get a new car loan soon. Boosting up your credit score with a credit card can be a smart way to go when used responsibly, like I said. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you check out the referral link if you want. It does hook me up too. I'm not gonna lie. It hooks me up with like, I think 12,000 miles. Yeah, I think you get 60,000 bonus miles if you sign up, and then I get like 12,000. So yeah, it definitely hooks me up. Doesn't hook me up with another free trip to Brazil, but it hooks you up with a free trip to Brazil or wherever you want to go. You want to go to Italy, Europe, wherever. There you go. It's done. It's ready to go. You've got yourself some nice benefits. You're boosting your credit score, but be smart out there, folks. Be smart. All right, guys. I'm Andy. You're watching Learn How. Hit that subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.